Warren Sharp from Sharp Football Analysis. First, the basics. Since 2021, or since Canada got promoted, the Steelers' first quarter offense ranks 31st in yardage and 31st in points scored. Out of 26 first-half drives this season, only once did the Steelers even drive to the red zone. Let's all contemplate that for a moment, Folsey.
Please hit me with that again so I can fully absorb that.
And then let's take a moment of silence after I read it, okay?
Yep.
Out of 26 first-half drives this season, only once did the Steelers even reach the red zone.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Bobby forgot the moment of silence.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Bless me, Joe.
Okay. 61.1% of the Steelers' sets of downs have reached third down, the highest rate in the league. They go to third down, the weighty down. Maybe Tomlin is just obsessed with getting to the weighty down. I don't think he realizes that you could make a big play on first down, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, that's a weighty down, too. They're all weighty if you make plays. You can't wait to a third down to make a weighty down, especially if you're going to get there 61% of the time.
The first quarter, first possession, first half numbers since Canada got here are the greatest indictment of him, in my opinion. You spend your whole week choreographing a game knowing that in all of sports, no matter the sport, and no matter what Mike Tomlin says about he doesn't care about slow starts, if you get a lead in a game, in a sporting event from youth league to the pros, your odds increase of winning that game.
Absolutely.
You want to get out to a lead, and they almost never do.
No, and they almost never get first downs, let alone points in the first quarter. They come out and they're just flat all the time. You have a chance to put together a game plan based on the tendencies of your opponent, and it seems like that plan never materializes into anything but 3 and outs, Ron.
They're horrible plans.
Well, again, at one point, I think they had 17 yards after their first 3 possessions. I think Pickett had -1 passing yards. Every week they start off, it's ridiculous. They can't get a first down.
And then they go against the Houston Texans, averaging 2.6 yards a rush this season with a rookie quarterback, with a ravaged offensive line. And the Texans come out and dice them up with a beautifully choreographed opening drive. And the Texans do what the Steelers never do. They go over 400 yards on the day, which the Steelers still haven't done under Canada. They hit 30 points on the day, which the Steelers almost never do under Canada. It was such a bottoming out moment for this offense that it actually makes me wonder. I guess I'll put it this way. If there was ever a time that the Steelers would make a change with Matt Canada, the wake of this game, and maybe not before Baltimore, but certainly the bye week, if there's ever going to be a bottom with Matt Canada, this was it. Would you guys agree with that? And do you think that Art Rooney II would actually make that change during the bye week, if not sooner?
I definitely think yes. I'm not going to predict it. You asked me if I thought he might. I would say yes. I think this was about the bottom overall, not just for Canada. Pickett, the offense, the defense. This was an embarrassing loss. And do I think that Rooney would step in? I could see that happening, Bob.
Yeah, especially if there's another flat performance coming up. Now you're 5 games into this, and if you lose another tiebreaker to a team in your division, down the road, that can hurt you. So, again, there's not much to areas he can go here, even if there is a change. There's not going to be someone out there, at least I don't know of, they could bring right in and radically change a playbook in a short amount of time.
No, that just can't happen.
No, but they will make, if it's not now, it will be at the end of the year if things don't improve. But I believe it could be next week in the bye week.
Let's go around the room. Percent chance that Matt Canada is still the Steelers coordinator coming out of the bye week in L.A. on October 22nd. Give me the percent chance he's still here, Ron.
I'd say 60, 65.
Wow.
70.
Ski instructor?
95.
Ooh.
I'm going to say 85. I think there's more of a chance now that they would do it because it was so graphic, so sickening. If you're the person running this franchise, I would hope it was sickening to Art Rooney to watch that. Even if the quarterback was, a huge factor in that, even if the line, whatever, that was a bottoming out under this guy and this offense that was a national embarrassment to the Steelers.
I just wonder if the excuse will be made already that they don't have their starting quarterback in there, that it buys them a little bit more time.
They can't use any of that as excuse. This is what they have. This is what they have to deal. And after watching Houston and how they dealt with all of their injuries, they just came out and figured out a way to make them play better, a scheme that would not expose them, but instead expose the Steelers. And that's what they did. So you'd have to do that as a coaching staff then. You have to look at what you got with Baltimore and figure out what can we do to stop them, but also give us a chance to move the ball. I don't care who's in there.
Ron, were you going to jump in there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just the numbers are just so overwhelming about how bad that offense is. But my only point is I just don't want to let the defense off the hook either. I thought it was abysmal yesterday.
Yeah, it is. But here's the thing, and here's another Warren Sharp point that see if you can follow this one. Since Canada got here, NFL teams average about 22 points a game. Everybody got that?
Yep.
If the Steelers' defense holds their opponent below that average, the Steelers are 19-3-1. If they allow more than 22, more than league average during Canada's tenure here, they're 1-15. That's from an 86% winning percentage to a 6%, and that's the largest swing in the league. So this team is more defense dependent by far than any other team in the league. A good defensive performance, as he writes, always means the Steelers win. A bad one almost always means a loss. That's ridiculous.
And that's why the offense has to do its part to take some of the pressure away. They should be able to win a game 35-28.
Right.
And they can't do that.
When's the last time the offense bailed out the defense on a bad day? Making no excuses for the highly paid defense. When's the last time the offense bailed them out and lit somebody up and won a shootout?
I can't remember a time.
I mean, they got in a couple of shootouts. Was that Ben's final year? There was one against the Vikings, of course, and then they won against the Chargers, but I think they lost both of those games.
They lost both.
But at least they got into a shootout.
The point is you got to give them, and even if they're not having a good day defensively, if they're still in the game because your offense is covering up for them, then they have a chance still to make a play. When you're down big and doesn't matter what you do because your offense is going to score field goals.
And I got more. The list keeps going on here. They're 1 for 26 on first half drives reaching the red zone, is a 3.8% rate that's last in the NFL. Their first half drives average the fewest plays per drive, 4.3. They have the highest rate of 3-and-outs in the NFL. And as Sharp writes, an insane 15 of 26 drives have gone 3-and-out. Worst in the NFL. The NFL average is only 34%. The Steelers are 58% 3-and-out. Let's have a moment of silence for that one, Folsey. Let me read it again. Did you comprehend that?
Not quite. Please do it again.
15 of the Steelers' 26 drives this season have gone 3-and-out. Thank you, Bob, for that moment of silence. I don't know where to go from here, Ron.
That's a stunning number. I knew it was bad. I didn't know really in those terms it was that bad, though.
It's stunning. It's fireable. And Art should be mortified that his football team is putting on a display like that. He should be mortified.